Now, a lot of people voted Trump because he said he can get the war. Now, me personally, I'm not silly. So when somebody says I'm going to end a war in one day that has nothing to do with us, then I'm kind of like, okay, that's campaign talk, but I know that they'll try to get this war ended. Like, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki Green. Again, I'm just another brown girl in America. If you've been here before, I thank you so much for coming back. That means you have remained my friend. The channel is growing. I'm going to do better and stay consistent. Y'all going to keep engaging. For all to new people, hit the like, share, and subscribe. That's all I ask for. It's free of charge. That's all I need from you, okay? Whether you agree or disagree, let's have discourse in the comments. Respect me. But today, I want to get to some things. I want to get to a few hot topics. And we're going to cover a few things in this video. So it might be a little bit longer, but we're going to have a good time and we're going to have some fun. Also, if you guys would like me to start live so we can engage, let me know in the comments, okay? I've been thinking about it, so you just let me know, and we'll go from there. But today, to cover some news, we're going to cover the President Trump and his conflicts and the split between the MAGA base with this whole Iran thing. We're going to get to, also, I got a video of Tucker Carlson, if you haven't heard, and what's his name? Ted Cruz. Carlson versus Ted Cruz. That was a heated debate. Okay, so we're not going to forget about that. Also, what are we going to do? We're going to go over some red pill stuff because we got to get the people together, these men and women. We got to get these families back together. We, these men and families, we got to raise these kids to focus on family and not just out here with this hookup culture. But before we do that, we got to get our women together on this toxic feminism. So we're also going to go over some Miss Pearly things and I'll check her out. If you guys never heard of her, you will get to meet her today. All right, so today, President Trump's position on Iran is in the flux with his social media posts and public statements, creating confusion and division among his supporters. Now, we have been living under the rock. We all know what happened with the war. I don't usually talk about the war. I choose not to. But anybody who wants me to be transparent on my position, I don't really have. I do have one, but I don't. I don't like war. I want people to stop dying. I don't want the U.S. to get involved. So it's a lot, okay? But I feel like I would be remiss not to kind of cover this Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson thing, getting into it over this war. All right. So it says the MAGA base is split over the prospect of U.S. involvement in the Middle East, with prominent voices like Tucker Carlson, Senator Cruz publicly clashing on the issue. Trump's rhetoric has shifted from urgent restraint to threatening unconditional surrender, quote, for Iran, leaving allies and opponents alike. Yes, so what we are going to do is go over to the Hill and we are going to check out what they are saying about this conflict. And also they are covering the Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson. Okay, so let's see what they are. Go over to the Hill.
How many people live around?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah.
How could you not know that? What's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and
What percent?
predominantly Shia. Okay.
No, it's not
okay.
even. You don't know anything about Iran. So
Okay,
actually,
I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who
claims anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country.
Tucker Carlson duking it out with Senator Ted Cruz on his show. The former Fox News host slammed Cruz for alleged ignorance about Iran. Cruz and many in Congress are backing Israel in their campaign against this longtime enemy.
It's a little unclear just how involved U.S. troops already are. Trump on Tuesday seemingly implying a joint operation, posting this on Truth Social. We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran, and following it up minutes later saying, we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding, and continuing, we are not going to take him out, at least not for now. But we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin.
Carlson pressed Ted Cruz on how involved the U.S. was, and he gave a similar...
Okay, so nobody wants war, hopefully. So obviously, a lot of people do. Like I said, I don't like speaking on this, but since we are involved, we got to discuss it because this could get very, very, very serious, okay? Now, a lot of people voted Trump because he said he can get the war. Now, me personally, I'm not silly. So when somebody says I'm going to end a war in one day that has nothing to do with us, then I'm kind of like, okay, that's campaign talk, but I know that they'll try to get this war ended, like President Trump has been trying to do all along. I have to give him credit for that, but you cannot control when two people want to fight. It's just how anybody else can control it without getting involved, and then what? So I just want people to stop expiring. Okay, I'm tired of all of the bombing, which way or the other. Now this recent thing is heightened up. Apparently, President Trump was trying to get a negotiation was supposed to happen, I think, on Sunday or something like that this weekend or last Sunday. But Israel and unalived a lot of leaders and scientists and everything in Iran. And so President Trump's thing is, which nobody wants Iran to have a nuclear. So I don't want anybody to have a nuclear bomb. So I don't even know why that's even a thing. But apparently some people's argument is because it's a deterrent for everybody to not just do it. They don't want to. Who knows? Some of these people are going for this. They feel like this is what they're supposed to do. They like, I don't know. All I know is I don't know.
Really unclear response. Let's take a listen.
We're carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are supporting
This is
Israel.
high stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at war with Iran right now, people are listening.
Okay.
It's just crazy. First of all, that this thing keep lagging and low. And second of all, this whole conflict don't have nothing to do with us. Like, oh my God. So I don't know. People will argue why we support Israel because of biblical reasons, but from what I know about these people these days, just for the history and everything and how humans are, this ain't got nothing to do with that. They probably using that as an excuse, yeah. But no, no. I don't know. I can't say what the Most High gonna do with how he gonna do it, but I just don't think it would go about it this way because he's not the author of confusion. And right now, this is very, very confusing. Nobody wants Iran to have a nuke because we know they might do something. Like nobody wants anybody to just stop. Please just stop. Hopefully my prayers reach it. But whatever's gonna happen, it's in the will and the order. No, I don't like the war. That's what's going on right now with that. Y'all can get deeper news on that otherwise because, or drop it in the comments if you want to talk about it. Do you think the U.S. should be involved in this war? Do you think if we sit back that it'll be worse? Do you think? And these are the questions we ask, and that's why we come to this channel, the quest for truth and everything. I'm gonna tell you now, I don't know a lot of stuff, and I definitely don't know a lot about this, but I know it don't feel right. So let me know in the comments. What do you think? You think U.S. should be involved? You think we should sit back, America first, period, point blank, until we get our own selves together? We don't have the money, so we still supplying money. Then don't forget you got Ukraine and you got Russia, so that's still going on over there. Think about all of this. Oh. So that being said, moving right along, we are gonna go on to the next thing. That's what we want to do. We are going to hit the red pill breakdown. Let's do some more lighthearted because that war is heavy for me. I just don't want. I just can't. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy. But like I said, let me know in the comments. Don't forget if you haven't already, hit the like, hit the share, and the subscribe. Families and friends gonna get to know each other, and we're gonna get it. All right. So manosphere. Let's talk about the manosphere. All right. Debate continues. Gender roles. Women and men thing. The whole red pill breakdown. Are women crazy? For lack of better words. Are we tripping? Have we been tripping? Have we been taught wrong? Are the men finally speaking out? And I'm inclined to believe we should start listening, having these dialogues if we're going to get the families back together and fight against this demonic system that we have trying to turn everything that God ordained down. Okay? So, ain't nobody perfect. Let's get that clear. We can always strive to be best we can be. All right. So, let me remove Robbie. We are going to go on to the next thing. All right. So we're going to get over to the Fresh and Fit podcast. We're going to see what Myron has to say on his why women prefer bad boys. We'll see. All right. We can take a look because I think women do that. I think that women pass over the good guys, and I haven't seen whatever video we've been watching, but women pass over the good guys always for the more we like to call. I like them a little rough around the edges. But is that our mistake? What's going on? So yeah, we are gonna go over to Fresh and Fit, of course, with Myron Gaines, and we're gonna see if it's true. Why do we like bad boys? Don't act like you don't. Don't act like you ain't did it. But here we go.
We'll start here with you. Why do women leave nice guys? that treat them good?
Go ahead.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I haven't left anyone that have treated me right and gave me everything. Just like they betrayed me in the process, or something went wrong, or probably in the process we didn't connect, and that was it. It didn't work out somehow, and we just like left it.
Were
as
they
friends.
nice guys?
Yeah, of course.
So why'd you leave them then?
Huh?
Why did you leave them?
I
If they're
didn't
nice.
leave them. We make the decision to just like go separate ways.
There's always an initiator in every
You made
single
the
breakup.
choice to go separate ways.
Probably we both did.
No.
Yeah, because I did have. Well, my first boyfriend, he cheated on me. No excuse. He regretted it. Probably he just left, moved to Miami, and I'm living my life.
Okay, so you broke up with him because he cheated.
Yeah,
he was a
of
nice guy,
course.
but he cheated on you.
No, he wasn't a nice guy. At the end of the day, like when you like
Question is nice
when you're
guy.
in love,
The question is,
you're
nice guys
blind.
and good.
You no, wait. Okay, let me make this clear. You probably believe in that person, and you probably believe that he's a nice guy till you find out things that didn't make him a nice guy. I did have a nice guy who I really liked, but at the end of the day, I knew that I loved him. I loved that person, but I wasn't in love with him. So I didn't want to do any damage on
Again,
him or
this
anything
isn't-
or hurt
this
him.
isn't-
So I
this is
just
a
made
general
decision
question.
to,
This isn't you in particular. I'm asking, why do women leave nice guys?
because probably you just don't connect. It's not your person. And before they, like hurting him, or like something else goes like worse, you just
Don't
made the
connect?
decision. Yeah, you just make the decision
what
to
else?
leave and move on, and don't
So
hurt that person,
So don't connect.
and don't hurt him,
But
especially. Like I believe in
doesn't leaving
karma.
him hurt him?
Huh?
Doesn't leaving hurt him?
He'll get over it.
Okay. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
a lot of
don't matter. He don't matter.
you guys, you said you don't care. You just find the next one. It's the law of average. Once you repeat the same action again and again and again, 1 out of 30 will say yes.
Who do you think
So
gets over
probably
relationships
1 out of
faster,
30
men or
will
women?
be your person.
Who,
Huh?
who gets over relationships faster, men or women?
I feel like men, but I don't know for a fact. I did suffer a lot and cried a lot over a man.
What do you know?
Huh?
What do you know?
Exactly. I don't know. I probably feel
Suffer?
it's equal
Mark?
because I did suffer and cried a lot and suffer a lot.
Oh, you suffered?
Yeah,
All right,
I
so-
did.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying
I ain't gonna lie. It do seem like men get over things faster, or do they just move on faster, or are they just? It seems that way, but like she said, can't really say for sure because you're not in their head. And like I always say, men don't operate like us, so we don't know what type of tactic, whatever. I don't know if tactics is the right word, but how they get over somebody. We don't know if they feel like the best way to get over somebody is to get on top of somebody. We don't know, but it does seem like men over things fast. Now, this young lady here don't know anything because she's not giving an answer. And the real answer is back to the original question. He was too nice for her, but she can't really articulate that because he's probably one of the guys that did nothing wrong. Okay. So, and she just wasn't feeling them because for whatever reason that she won't say. And I won't say.
saying women?
I did. I went through depression
Again,
and suicidal and shit like that. It's true. It's true.
I'm not talking about you in general. I was simply.
I know,
I'm not
in
talking about you. I
general.
was talking about in
I feel
general.
like it's
Why
the
do women leave
same.
nice guys? Okay.
Okay, continue. Sorry to interrupt.
How many languages do you know?
Huh?
How many languages do you know?
Yes.
J'ai parlé français.
No, how many?
How? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4.
Oh, wait, Queen.
Spanish, English, French, Italian, and a
And-
little of Portuguese. But yeah.
You're missing one. Japanese. All right,
I actually don't
okay.
speak Japanese.
You go ahead.
So are you
No.
okay?
Wait, what?
He said
Oh no, I'm just asking. What? We do have the Japanese influence in Peru, so which is
I said
fine.
Japanese. Yappa yap.
Yeah, you talk a lot.
Yap yap.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm Latina. I don't understand some.
Okay, never mind.
This is fine,
All right,
bro.
we'll just move on. What about you? Nice.
You're trying to say you talk a lot.
guys?
Why does girls leave nice guys?
Yeah,
I think
nice/good guys.
In your opinion?
'cause they're dumb. And they're just probably trying to see what's better out there. Honestly. And then they realize there's nothing better out there.
All right.
Simple.
Okay.
What about you?
What do you think?
I think it's either because they're used to like a toxic situation. So when they meet a nice guy, they don't know what to do with it. They think it's like boring. Or kind of like she said, they think they can find something better, more exciting, but exciting doesn't necessarily mean stable and a future. So
did you ever leave a nice guy before? Have you ever done it?
Hold on, there's the next one.
Jumping the gun.
Okay. What about you? Why do women leave nice guys?
Because they feel like they want more dominant men. As in, like, they feel like nice guys aren't dominant. You know what I mean? Like, you want a guy to tell you what to do, what your placement is.
The choke. Yeah, exactly, right? I know. Come on, Diamond. Come on.
Okay,
you ain't
fine.
slick.
Choke me because my neck tattoo. Right. I like a dominant man. I've never left nice guy, but I like spicy guys who have a little edge to them. That's just with girls, because you want a guy who you feel.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say a little rough around the corners, or I like a little edge? They'll find those little phrases, but that's just saying basically I like a bad guy. That's what you want to call it. Now, on the other hand, yes, a lot of the times what people consider nice guys, and I guess that's what you consider a nice guy, because that's all about perspective. You can call him maybe a milder guy, a meek guy. I don't know, less authoritative. But anyway, then you'll get those guys that'll hear this content and take it all out of perspective because it's just not innate in their personality. They're not alpha, they're beta. So by them not actually being alpha, seems to me, but from a woman's point of view, if you're looking for an alpha, you need an alpha male. Like, that's just what it is. Most women are going to go towards the alpha male. Beta male tries to mimic the alpha male, and then it's just all wrong because whack doing it. That is something, and I'm not saying that the beta can't turn into an alpha. That ain't nothing you can just switch on like a light switch. No, you have to. That's something you grow in. Just like when women learn and grow, they do better and grow. But it's a process, baby. So anybody trying to do it overnight and just saying, "No, this happens," no. This is a process. It's a crushing in the spirit, and you got to unlearn and relearn everything that you thought you knew and taught. What was taught.
Can protect you, and who can fucking fight on the streets if they fucking can. If you go out to like downtown Miami, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. What about you? Why do women leave nice guys?
A
Or
lot
good
of
guys.
a lot of females leave nice guys because most of the time they find someone that's better and then they'd be like, okay, bye, and then they move on to the next person in line. That's what I feel like.
Okay. How's that other individual better than?
They have more money, they have better status, they have better education, like,
But not necessarily nicer.
not nicer, but you know, I'm not gonna say women are not saying women are dumb at all. Like, I'm saying that women, a lot of us look at what they already have and in front of us, but we don't really like think about what's in the inside and stuff.
So basically, you're saying that there.
No,
Oh, so they judge a book by its cover too.
that one, that's better.
That sounds better. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. All right. Now, have you left a guy that was nice or a good guy in the past?
Start here.
No.
Never.
Never.
No.
Someone that you
Stop the cap.
regret leaving that you wanted to like make amends with.
Bro,
No,
come
he's
on,
still in
man.
my life. Yeah.
But you ain't fucking, right?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's just there waiting.
Yeah, he's waiting.
Oh yeah, I have that on
This
for
is
the long
actually going to
haul.
be a very interesting point that I noticed that Sartain brought up. Okay. What about you? Have you ever left a nice guy or a good guy in the past?
Oh, she have.
You.
No, I haven't.
Never.
Oh, scat, bro.
I haven't. I swear to God,
Never.
no.
And
So,
I'm sober.
I told you, I left a guy, but he wasn't nice. He was an asshole. He took advantage of me, and I left him.
Yeah, and then left you.
Exactly.
He took
And I left
advantage
him.
of you?
Yeah, he took
He
advantage.
did. He cheated on me with my best friend, and that's like it wasn't
Oh,
like a fuck.
that guy.
No, it
Oh, yeah.
sex.
Guy.
Like you said, sex is different. If he would have fucked her, I would have gone over it. But this bitch had like photos and photos in his like Google photos, like of all her,
Okay.
like all.
All right.
It was
So
just
you
a
never
whole-
left any other nice guy before that?
No, there's no nice guys, bro. Everyone's an asshole on this earth.
What if they? Okay. All right. What about you? Have you ever had a nice guy that you left or a good guy?
Oh, she has.
No, if I left, it was because they weren't
Come on, man. You're 30.
they weren't like
35.
providing
35.
what
You're 35.
we
Come on.
wanted, what I wanted for a future, and
Okay.
you know.
Interesting. What about you?
I'm not even gonna
This
lie.
is confirming an experiment that I have in my head.
I did when I was 18, and it's because I just wanted a better lifestyle, and I had an out to move out of Baltimore. So I got with the next person to get out of Baltimore.
Have you seen that guy since?
No,
You don't know what he's doing, anything.
no,
Okay.
I was 18.
So you had a better option.
Question. Would you go back in time and change anything at this point?
No.
No? Okay.
Because his
Fuck that nigga.
That also confirms what I'm going to show.
Wait, it was small?
All right. What about you?
You know what's crazy, bro?
What?
They say that after they left.
Yeah. Of
What
course.
was
Okay, so that's something that nobody ever really talks about. What? So is that a valid reason to leave? I hear women all the time talk about because of the performance in the bedroom that it's a valid reason not to want to be with somebody. Even though he may treat you good, take you out, he do all this, but that's one of the things in there be like, I'm just not attracted to him, or he just don't do it for me, or blah, 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 whatever the case may be. But is that a valid reason? Drop it in the comments to leave somebody because the bedroom experience is not entertaining or good, or on the women's side, if he's small. But that's real talk. For the, I don't know what men consider, whatever. So I'm just saying, is that valid? Okay. A valid reason to leave somebody. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Because if you go back to how it was God ordained, we wouldn't even know that. We wouldn't know that until we was already in a relationship and we was doing it like we supposed to do. We were dating like we were supposed to with intention, and the women were being modest and kind of just not exposing everything. Ideally, you wouldn't even know what type of what size or how the performance was before you married them. Right? Or at the minimum before you caught feelings and have been with them for a while. By that time, you already caught feelings. It's a love thing now. It's a connection thing now. It's more than just a bedroom thing. So with that being said, if we was to do it like we were supposed to, theoretically, originally, like we should get back to, the woman wouldn't even know. They wouldn't even know. And by the time they got to that point, they locked in, dead in, and it's on, and they love each other. And that's not even the most important thing in that relationship. But the part is, and the problem is, that we're putting the wagon before the horse. So can't be hopping around, having sex, and transferring energy and spirits and all that thing just every time Dick and Harry or every Billy Shane Sue. And I think that's going to affect you spiritually and everything. And you will know. So I don't think it's a valid reason. But since we have made sex such an abominable experience is just like, oh,
Other day it wasn't small.
I told him.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then even
Bro,
the
you told him that to his face?
I told him, and then even the
Okay,
next girl
what'd
told him.
you say to his face?
I said, you know what?
It's
This
cute.
is very like a cute size.
Yeah, it's cute.
And then even the ex, because we was still
Yeah,
cute.
yeah.
You didn't tell
Girls
him.
always say that
Hold
shit,
on.
bro. Not to me, though.
Yo, you didn't tell him.
You know what that means if I say it's a
Yeah,
cute
man. Not to me,
size.
oh. Okay, so even if you tell him what he's supposed to do about it, or even if that is, what is he supposed to do about that? That is small penis discrimination. He can't change that. You don't want nobody discriminating against you because you black. So should we be discriminating against small penises? Because guess what? Somebody gonna get that small penis and take advantage of all that protection, security, and love and respect that man is giving. And then you're gonna be looking back, still dating 10, 15 years later. I ain't gonna tell you nothing. You're gonna still be looking back. Be like, oh my God. Me personally, I've been married a long time. So I wouldn't tell you nothing I don't know. I can tell you before I got married, I can tell you how it was when I married, what was right, what was wrong, how you get to a point of where we are now, which is this bull crap, what they teaching these young girls, and it's gonna always go back to this whole feminist movement, and now it is grown modern feminism.
Shut up to my small man. Listen, at the end of the day, when you were fucking that nigga, you didn't tell him to his face that the shit was small.
First of all,
You said it
okay,
was cute.
I just
You liked
saying,
that nigga.
I was 18. I was 18.
Yeah.
This was like my first, and then I'm lying. It was my second. But then his ex, the girl after me even told him too. She was like, "Why do you think me and your ex left you? It's because your shit's small." And and then he tried to like play his
He
stuff.
still hit though. He still hit though.
He tried his.
It don't matter. So if you, first of all, if you're 18 years old, you shouldn't even really know what small is or big or whatever. You shouldn't even know that. So let's talk about that part. You should not have even known at that age. And even at that age, did you let somebody else tell you that? Or I don't know. How did you know? But then you said that was your second. So you already was a little hot mouth.
His best. He tried his best.
What the?
You gotta have emotion. You gotta have emotion. You gotta know how to work it.
So how was
Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna sign up for almost. SBC.
What?
SBC niggas, man.
Wait,
SBC?
small, big,
Small,
small black.
Black.
Yeah, there you go.
Small black.
Let's go. Black power.
All right. What about you? Have
Yeah,
you
he's
now
representing.
you get a chance to talk about yourself, which I
Go
know you
ahead.
love to do. Have you ever personally left a nice guy or a good guy?
Yes.
Why?
Because I didn't love him.
Why did you not love him?
Because we didn't have that connection. I love him, but I wasn't in love with him.
Okay, what was missing in the connection?
I don't know. It's just a feeling.
What was that missing feeling?
BBC.
Can you describe it?
Well, we had good sex. He was wealthy and everything. He was good looking, but just like, something there. I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't left him probably if we figured out, but we never figured out. And then I didn't want to hurt him, so I just left.
Damn.
So he had money, is good looking and everything, and you just left him.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I'm self-made. I
Do
work
you regret
hard.
it?
No.
So we talked about this with Sartain, that girls almost never regret leaving a guy. It's like they're always able to kind of just say, oh, I made the right decision, or they're able to like kind of in their head, I don't know what it is. Yeah, it wasn't me, it was his fault, blah, blah, blah. Girls are always able to kind of just like, nah, it wasn't. I made the best decision. Blah, blah, blah.
Accountability?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It is what it is. Interesting though. Very, very interesting. Or they'll say something like, oh, I'm here now, or some shit like that. Like, yeah.
It was small anyway.
Yeah, or they find a way. They find a way to write off like that they made the best decision, and they don't want to like face the fact that like they might have made a bad decision, which I find very, very, very interesting.
I regret leaving a guy.
Also, yeah, they regret it. That's a lie. Women say that stuff, and it's not true. You regret things. You regret leaving people, especially as you get older. Those things are young, but I'm telling y'all now, don't fall into this trap. Don't fall into this whole feminist, independent, modern woman. I can do it all by myself. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That is not how this goes. This is not how any of this goes. Okay? We're taught wrong. We were taught wrong, and that's why I'm here. We're going to redirect, because if we had strong men around, all this other bull crap that's going on with all of these saucy dudes, but it wouldn't be as strong, you know. So, like I said, we need to get it together. Well, yeah, okay. That's why Miss Nikki here, and that's just what we're gonna do. So you can call me Miss Nikki if you want to.
Oh, oh, oh.